Hello, my lovelies. Okay, I hope you've had as good a day as I've had. Mad, but good, and good and fun. Okay, so some of you, I'm not sure how many. I'd love to get some feedback. Some of you in this group have been going over the challenge videos again. Some of you started a little late. Some of you started and finished a little early. So I'm taking them down on Friday. And Friday is also the day that the early bird bonus disappears. Friday evening at 8 p.m. You've got until Friday evening at 8 p.m. If you're interested in joining Unlimited Abundance Mindset Mastery with that 25% discount. Now, I've actually also made available a 9-month plan. Okay, so actually, I don't know if I've changed my website, but I know I've changed the payment button. So if you're interested in getting it, you can just click on the premium, and when that brings you through to the payment, you should have an option to do 9-month plan there. But get on to me if you can't see that. Also, if there are any of you, I know a few of you have been, I've got some beautiful people in there now, all women, really lovely. Some Actually, everybody that's in there I've either known or come across before, and possibly even somebody in there that have, yeah, certainly people in there that I've worked with before. Yeah, actually, lots. So it's really beautiful. It's a lovely space. I'm going to be reading some cards in a moment. I'm going to read some cards on the energy and what do we need to know about. Now, don't forget, we are about to, what I feel is really we're moving into 2023. Yes, our new year starts in January, but really the new year, and the new year for me, or the new year for a lot of people, is the astrology new year, which is next week. Okay, so the moon moves into Aries on Monday, and on Tuesday we've got a new moon. So there's sort of double new beginnings, and there's going to be a real energy next week about what you want to create. So what you can do right now and this week and this weekend, and especially as we're moving beyond that halfway now, that halfway mark, we're moving into the waning moon. It's getting smaller, it's shrinking in the sky, and the 21st is the new moon. And between now and then, you might actually feel your energy. You might feel yourself getting tired. You might feel yourself wanting to let go of stuff. It's it's a really good time to just let go of what you don't want so that you make space for starting something new. Remember, in the challenge, when we started off each day, I suggested that you let go of something, clear clutter, release. So clearing clutter in your home is great. Clearing clutter in your bag, I need to do actually. I've been shopping and a whole load of receipts and stuff, but clearing clutter in any area of your life that you want to bring something new into. For instance, if you wanted to bring a new love into your life, clear clutter in your home, clear clutter in your wardrobe. Make space for somebody else's clothes to fit in there. Make space in your life. Make space, what would you like a new lover, for instance, to see in your home or to feel like in your home? You clear and you make space for that. And there are all sorts of things that you can do as well. If you look up feng shui and know the date of your once you know your date of birth, obviously you'll know your date of birth. You can look up on feng shui to see what's your relationship corner, and you can energize that corner. So lots of things that you can do. Hi Jordan, hi Jill, hi Rianne, lovely to see you in here. So now is the time to clear your head as well, clear your emotions, clear, release, let go and make space for something else, something new, something special. And then, we have that space. So when we're setting our intentions, next Monday is actually, I'm trying to think, I think the time for the intentions. So I think the new moon is sometime in the evening on Monday. I'm GMT time, so I will probably do a new moon intention setting on the Tuesday. You set your intentions after the new moon, not before, because otherwise you're in the previous lunar cycle. But when you, with that energy of the new moon, and as soon as possible, that's the time that we can most, get our intentions down and really feel and sense them growing. It's always a good idea now, though, to know what you're going to work on. Something came up to me about that. Hi, Joni. Hi, Janine. Something came up about that. Oh, yes. Yeah. And I may have said this because I'm possibly repeating myself, but this is the 5th of 5 consecutive new moons that have been at 0 degrees. It's the 5th and last of these 5 new moons at 0 degrees. That is huge. That is really a signal of we're just about to start. It's beginning 0 degrees, and we're just now moving into that, the new moon, the new year, basically in astrology. Plus, we've got on the 23rd, we've got Pluto moving into Aquarius. It couldn't be better. Okay. Hi, Mairead. Lovely to see you. So anybody on the live call, I did say, and I'm going to read some cards. So anybody, whoever's quickest, just write down a number, 1 to 5, whichever, and I will read you an individual card. But for now, I'm just going to tune in with everybody's energy. Oh, yes. This is another thing I said I would talk about today on the phone. So on the call. So those of you who were doing the challenge a couple of weeks ago, today, day 3 would have been the limiting beliefs day. So basically, and I haven't had many, if any, questions. I'm not sure how many people are going back over that, but finding out why we can't have what it is we most want to have. So if anybody has any questions around limiting beliefs, or how to clear them, how to release them, you can fire that down as well. But right now, let's just choose some cards for everybody. Hi, TJ. Good to see you. Lovely. Okay, so for the collective, in love and light, clear and open reading, what do we need to focus on right now moving forward? So I'm going to just I'm going to break the pack into 3. And I'm going to read from the middle deck. So, how appropriate. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, this is really interesting. Okay, so the first card that flew out, and so I'm reading from this. I have 2 decks. I've Goddess cards, and I have Ascended Master cards, and they're both similar, and they're both very much just the energy of the law of attraction. But the first card is endings and beginnings. So I don't know much about the goddesses. I just read and intuit and from this. But what I'm seeing here is, this is all new moon. This is new moon energy. It actually possibly looks a bit like an eclipse, but to me, that is the dark moon. It's a new moon energies, which is the time for beginnings, new beginnings. But in order for something new to begin, the old has to go. And that goes across the board with everything. Releasing negative feelings to bring in the new. There's a sense as well about this is really, we all are intuitive. We all have the ability to be intuitive and to trust. Mostly it's trusting in our own intuition. And the first time I ever realized that I was intuitive and started reading cards for people, I just was playing myself, playing with them. But when I started reading cards for others and really sensing, gosh, that meant something to them. But it was me trusting it was actually the turning point. When you trust what's coming out. So this really is just, I feel, telling us all as well to trust your own intuition. When you get a big, bright feeling of yes in your heart, and when that yes feels like, yes, I need to do this, and yes, it's because, I can uplift, or, yes, this is for my good, for the good of those around me and the wider world. Yes, if this is going to have a ripple effect. So think about this over the next few days. What needs to go in your life in order for the new to come in? Okay, that's the first card. And second one is let it go. So when you know what you want to let go, just let it go. Now, and for any of you doing the challenge last week, let it go was my fifth step. This is the second card, and there's this different feeling about this. This card is really talking about letting go of what it is that doesn't serve you. Let go of old patterns. Let go of old beliefs. Let go of anywhere that you're holding yourself back. Let go of small thinking, small minded feeling. So what's coming up is, that sense of I can't do that, or I've never been able to do that, or any of those things I can't, I don't know how, or I can't afford, or I can't, I struggle with this or whatever it is. Turn it around and just, and you can turn it completely around and say, I can. But what about just saying, I wonder how I can? See, the energy of just being curious about how you can release something, how you can let go of something helps. And of course, today in that challenge, which was 2 weeks ago, but today's video, I'll be taking the videos down on Friday, but today's video is all about limiting beliefs and struggling with limiting beliefs. What is it that we find hardest to let go of? And most of us have patterns. Those patterns really are a lot of the patterns are kept in our subconscious mind that go back and back and back to before we can remember. But some things we know we can work on, we can release ourselves without help. Hi, Susanna, lovely to see you. Hi, Cara, good to see you. I haven't seen you in here for a bit. TJ and Mary DC, lovely to see you too. So the middle card in this 5 is yes. So whatever it is, the answer is yes. What if you've had this feeling, if you're wondering, if you're thinking, if you're thinking about joining my unlimited mindset, abundance mindset mastery, yes, just do it. You will create a whole new area of abundance in your life. And the first module we're going to be working on actually is money and money blocks. But this is just telling you yes, yes, yes. When you say yes to yourself, the universe has your side, has your back. It's that feeling of when you get that big yes, when that yes is for you, when you really feel you want to do something, you want to go somewhere, you want to have something, and if it feels really light and you feel like there's purpose and drive behind it, well then when you make a decision from that place, you will be supported. When you trust, you will be supported. And there's also a sense in this that you can ask for more, ask the universe for more. Everything that you touch turns to gold when you create from that place of just that big bright feeling. The next card is Solace, Bodies of Water. So this might be, well, the meaning behind the card is really just telling you need to release, you need to let go, you need to actually also look after yourself, be somewhere peaceful, be somewhere quiet, have time for introspection, go within, release recharge your batteries with water. But water is also really abundant. When you get a sign of water, and I feel as well when I'm near water, when I'm near a body of water, for instance, looking at waterfall, just feeling that this is so abundant and just getting a sense that abundance is flowing to you like that. Or even with a river, allowing, and somebody on the challenge said that when she goes to a river, she has maybe something that she can throw into the river that's not going to be, like something organic, a flower, a twig, or whatever. And she throws it into the river and feels like all of her worries, everything in her mind, everything that she's struggling with is just moving down the river and allowing a sense of flow for abundance to flow in. So whatever that means to you, just be near water. And the last card is go now. Go, go, go. Just do it. Go, go. And it might mean that you need to leave something that's toxic. It can mean leave a toxic relationship or move towards something else. If it's toxic, if there's something, and even a toxic thought, a toxic pattern, if it's holding you back, and if it's not serving you, just go now. Just let it go. And yeah, that's so. I'll get into reading other people's cards. Rianne, let me see what this is. Synchronicity kept happening to me, especially as a child, and lots of prophetic dreams. Luckily, they haven't disappeared, and I see them as big thumbs up from the universe, showing us how energy can reflect in direct personal environment. I love your work teaching us about energy. Yeah, good. Thank you for that, Brianne. Okay, I'm going to go to the beginning, and I'm going to pull out some cards. Who's first? And I think it is Jill. Jill Shaw. And it's always best when you're giving me a number to write the number, because I'm a little bit dyslexic, and I focus on the numbers. Okay, so number 3. 1, 2, and 3. Wow, there's a golden opportunity, Jill. What is that? Notice there's a golden opportunity about to happen. There's something big going to happen. Important doors are opening up for you. Be prepared to walk through. What do you need? What do you need to feel? What do you need? You need to trust to walk through those doors and to be ready to say, you know, to say yes to the universe, to say yes when something happens, or when an opportunity arises. There's a lovely sense of abundance around this. I always read water as an abundance, but this is, the dolphins and that wave flowing in. That's something. So whatever it is that you want to move through and do, when you get that bright idea and that feeling that, yes, this is where I need to go next, do it. Take action on that, because you will be supported. And, this is just telling you that there's a golden opportunity, whatever that is. Let me see. Mairead is next, number 3. I'm going to stick with number 3. 3 is one of my lucky numbers, actually. I had a boy. My son was born on the 3rd of the 3rd. Not the 3rd of the 3rd. The 3rd, 03. I love the number 3, actually. I have, in fact, a lot of my numbers, I have number 3s in it. Or they're divided by 3s. 1, 2, and 3. So, this is about fairness. Whatever your situation, whatever's happening in your life, just know that this situation will be treated fairly and justly. And when you expect that, when you get into that feeling that knowing that this is going to have a favorable outcome, or knowing that, that balance and abundance and whatever is coming back to you, when whatever it is, whatever's going on in your life, and also bringing in a sense of peace into your heart about it. So if there's something or somebody, it can often refer to kind of legal things, whatever that is. It may not be, but if there's something that you're struggling with, or that you feel is very unfair, when you just bring that sense of lack of fairness out, and just sort of change it maybe with kind of peace and at ease, and just knowing this is going to be treated very fairly, it'll be handled in a just and fair manner. Hello, Cara. How are you? That is a photograph. Your photograph, I think, is with Jen. Is it? Is that with Jen? Looks great. It's a fun photograph. Let's see. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you are a sorceress. Rhiannon is the sorceress, and you have the ability to make anything happen. We all do. We all have that magic inside us. What is it that you most want? What sort of, what do you need to do in order to get there? What do you need to believe in order to get there? I always read with this card, I feel that it's time now. It's time for you to take control, take the reins, get back on your unicorn, your white unicorn, and face in the direction that you want to go in. There's a sense as well of that moon, that lunar energy, there's a spiritual side to you, but just know that you can do this. Take back your power. and move to where you want to go. You're a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. But do take your power back in some way. So anybody as well, anybody who actually, that's something I wrote an email to a lot of you today and said to book a call, and a few people got on to me to say that they couldn't book the call. The call, I had a delay on it so that you couldn't book it in for more than 24 hours. But actually I've freed up some time, so if anybody wants to talk to me about I can arrange it. I have time tomorrow, sometime on Friday, but it is Paddy's Day, and it's not that I'm going to be doing much, but I might. Cara, I can't remember, did I read with you? I don't think I did I? I did. Oh, Mary Deasy's next, sorry. No, she's not. Next is Janine. Do please, and I'd like to know how to clear limiting beliefs. Okay. Well, from the sort of limiting beliefs, I'll talk about that after I read these cards. Hang on, and I will talk about that. My program is all about clearing limiting beliefs because that's my big thing. I help people to clear the deeper ones. But beliefs that you know you have, beliefs that you already know you have. So if you've been working through the day 3 of that video, you'll know that whatever is coming up, like, think first of all what you want, and then write down on one side, on a sheet of paper, all the reasons why you think you can't have it. That is one way of doing it yourself. Just write down why you can't have it, and then look at each one in turn and ask yourself, is it true? Is it, is that really true? Has everybody, why do I believe that? Be curious about it, and then turn them into the positive, or just be curious. Just turn them into the positive and write down a new story. Everything that you write that's negative, write down a new story. And if you're interested, for anybody who's interested in working really deeply through limiting beliefs, I will talk about the program at the end of this because it's going to be powerful. And I've got a 25% discount on it until 8 p.m. on the 17th. I've already got some lovely people in there. So 1, 2, positive. There's a positive change. You had something to sell, did you? There's a positive. This can be moving as well. Parvati is the goddess of mountains, and there's a sense of moving to a different place. But it's also just even if it's not that, it's a powerful shift and a change within you. Be ready for it. Be expectant of how you can do this. Just be open and curious. And for any of you, have you listened to the mini RTT session that I put out, Janine? Because that actually will give you you can go back to view a past time, or somewhere that you're limiting yourself in that RTT session. It's just a little glimmer of what else you can do. Number 1 for Mary DC. How are you? So number 1. Sorry. I did shuffle that. It's exactly the same card as left, and I did shuffle it a few times. So there's a positive change anyway, and this might be totally different for you. There is a positive change about to happen. Expect it. Know it's going to happen. Feel it. Look out for it. Be observant for what you can do for that. And everything else that I said in the last one, it can represent a move or a release or letting go, but there is a positive change coming. Susanna, how are you? Gosh, there's a lot of people hopping on there. Moving on, the 28 or soon after it. You started the RTT and it was great. Okay. Well, if you're interested in doing that, that will be a powerful way of shifting limiting beliefs because we all have them. So Susanna, number 1, past life. This is interesting. So, and actually, I know you are in my lovely new program, and past this situation can be, involve past life memories. Some of the RTT, some of the RTT modules in there, we will be looking at going back in this life, but also to past lives or to generational issues on what it is that we're stuck with. I know I definitely cover that in the abundance mindset one, in the money, finances, and all of that. Anywhere that we block ourselves or the beliefs that we have around it. But actually, in those sessions, we can often go. People often go back to past life issues, and past life, like sometimes, I mean, we are just energy. We do sometimes pick up past life energies, and I have regressed people back to past lives in particular, but also that, even in our lineage, things that have happened beyond, the way our parents reacted to certain things, the way their parents did, kind of followed us down through into this life, and we hold all of those in our, in our bodies, in our mental makeup, in our psychic. So there, really, we'll be clearing all of that. Okay, sorry, I'm Jordan. So number 4 for you, please. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Purification. Okay, so something, you need to bring peace into something. There's a sense here that you need to release and let go and bring peace into something. But purification is purifying all of your motives so that they're purely about service, or how can I serve will benefit more than how can I get something, if there's something that you're trying to get. And it's also, it also refers to purifying your diet, purifying your mind, purifying your thoughts, it's detoxifying and clearing out, which is just sort of what I was talking about earlier for now, before we move into this next really positive and powerful new phase, which is all sort of starting and culminating and happening starting next week. There's a sense of abundance as well, and anything is possible in this. Look, I'm seeing there that the cup, and she's filling it up with water. Like when you release and when you let go, you can gather what you want. So whatever area of life that refers to you, just release to bring more in. It's Rianne. It's another one of my lovely girls who's in the group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Undying love. So there's something about a situation. The love that you shared is eternal, this card just says, and go beyond the outer illusion, go beyond what you're seeing. There's something deeper, and there's a kind of a sense of past life love, or past life, maybe even mother love for somebody. But it's that sort of unconditional love. And whatever you're seeing, even when you're seeing something negative or negative experience through other people, when you bring yourself back to love and just focus on them, and especially if there's somebody triggering or somebody difficult to deal with, when you look at them through the eyes of love, through the eyes of that sense of mothering, unconditional love because of where you've come from, and seeing that other person, what are their struggles, how are they, in other words, if somebody is being downright rude or difficult, just noticing it as where have they been to feel like this today, sort of looking at that side. I think, yeah, but it's everything. Like we come from love. We're love at our essential nature is love. So when you bring yourself up to love, you can clear and heal everything and anything. Hi Pam, lovely to see you again. Number 1 for you. Health and healing. So there you're being healed from something, whether that's physical or emotional, but there's healing going on in your life right now. And that health and healing might be something, or maybe you possibly also are a healer. But the message behind this card is what we heal and what we release and what we work on, we have the ability to help others with. It's part of, it sort of feels like a karmic pattern that you're learning lessons through your own healing and you're helping others with that. And there's also around the heart, something around the heart chakra here, and just bringing, if your heart feels heavy, um, bring in that sort of love and light and you know, sacred geometry symbols, purity. Just do some meditation around feeling that and releasing something in your heart, because our heart can expand, and it's how we feel in the heart that we're bringing more to us. Um, Hello, Kay. Lovely to see you again. Hi there. With a smile. I'm not sure who that is. To please, I'm presuming that is whoever that is, and I'm not seeing it. You're welcome, Jordan. Yes, you are in time, Janine. Let me just see. I don't know who this is, but I'm just going to read you number 2 for this. So tuning in to whoever this is, and there's a card has jumped out, so I'm going to read you number 2 from here. Ooh, lovely. So you've got Don't Back Down, which is the Bridget, the Irish saint, she's coming out an awful lot lately. Now, look, she's probably the most used card in the pack. Actually, it's very tatty, but Bridget had such character, and she stood up for the underdog, and she wanted to help. She came from a place of service, but she was strong and mighty and a warrior and strong charactered. Be that. Don't back down from whatever it is that you believe in is right. And there will be a flow of prosperity, possibly coming from you standing up for your beliefs or the belief of others, or holding and having that light, that candle lighting, that flame of passion lighting about what it is that you're ready to do. Okay, so that's that, and flow of prosperity. Has anybody got any direct questions about what they were working on during the challenge, or any questions about the Unlimited program? I'm here to answer any of those. The link to read more is in the bio of this, or underneath wherever you're watching it. So watch it, and if you've any questions, either direct message me or book in a call, but don't do it immediately because I need to change something on my site. Direct message me if you can't find a call that works for you. Okay, yes, it is, Jen. I thought so. Cara, I did read for you. I did read, yes. Yeah, thank you. But okay, Mary Mulcahy, number 3 for you, Mary. Now, there's a few cards have jumped out. Here's another read. So your number 3 card is Follow Your Heart, okay? And also, this jumped out, so it's the blossoming card. You're just getting started. So follow your heart. What is it that you want to do? What is it that lights you up? What is it? It's kind of looking for your purpose, your passion, and your mission, and and following that. Don't keep yourself small. Follow your heart and be kind to yourself. I absolutely believe that this new age that we're moving into, there's probably going to be a little bit of chaos to go through yet, but I am really excited about the next phase, because I feel that we're all going to be working on, not even working, but living in our purpose. I have always believed that we are designed exactly to do something amazing. And it's always to do with the things that we love doing, that light us up, that we do better than anybody else, which is your dharma in Sanskrit, your dharma, the sense of your purpose. And you know, a lot of us, you know, a lot of people in this on this earth, a lot of humans work to live. But actually, what if you just loved what you're doing and brought in abundance through that? And this is also just jumped out, which is telling you that you are just blossoming. It's almost like set the seeds of intentions, and allow it to grow. Don't keep, you know, focusing or wondering on when, where, why is it not happening. Keep expecting it, nurture your dreams, nurture your intentions by focusing on them, visualizing them. I'm not sure, were you on the challenge last week? But it's basically go back over any of those videos before I take them down on Friday. And anybody else? Let me see. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, Josephine Daly, I was mentioning you. I didn't mention your work, but what you said about putting the twig or placing a twig or a flower into the stream. I've mentioned that a few times. I love that. You said that during the week of the challenge, and it's really, really important. So I'm just I've been asking for anybody who doing the mini RTT later can't wait. So anybody who hasn't seen that mini RTT, let me know. I'll post the link again here for you. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Balance, all about balance. Balance what you do, what you love. Balance your career versus your play. Balance, you know, balance your fun time rather than being serious. Have, you know, bring balance into all areas of your life. There's a sense in this that you need to have more fun, though, I think. More fun, more balance, more time to just do crazy stuff. And there's this lovely sense of the goddess within you, allowing the goddess within you to just have fun, have joy, do what you love to do, light yourself up, you know, live from your purpose and your passion and whatever it is that you know, want to do right now. Let me see. I'm doing the mini session later. Who else have I got here? You saw the email. Great. I don't know. I haven't seen your number, Janine. If you want to post a note. Oh, you have. You have. Janine wants number 2. Okay. Oh, Hillary Reel. Okay, thank you. That was Hillary Reel that I read for last, so that without the number. Okay. So 1 and 2. This is the third time that it has jumped out. There's a positive change coming for you anyway, Janine. And in fact, another Janine in this group got this card as well. Positive change, maybe a move, maybe not, but it's certainly it can sometimes be the move, you know, move of people in your home as well, moving in or moving out. But it's all very positive. And there's also maybe something, what can you do to bring in a positive change? What action? What are the next steps to change, to be, you know, to have more positivity and more love and more joy and more abundance and more, you know, all of the good stuff in. But it's coming. Just focus on it. It's coming. There's a big shift going to happen. It can also mean a move to a mountainous area. I'm not sure if that's appropriate to you or not, but Pavarotti is the goddess of mountains. I do know that. Tina, lovely. They're all just going to Silversmith. Card 1. 1. You've got to go quietly. It's probably not going to be very quiet in your Silversmiths class, but you need some quiet time alone to reflect, to go within, to strip back the old, to see, to release, to contemplate, to rest, to change, to just simple. Rianne, sorry, not been around, ladies. Don't be sorry. Only be here if you need to be. Wonder. Oh yeah, thank you. Let me see. I've read that. Yeah. Thank you. That's very lovely of you to say, Pam. TJ, wondering if any childhood trauma will be covered. It's all about childhood trauma. Everything that, if, all right, so anything that blocks us will go back to some form of childhood trauma. Usually between the ages of 1 and 7 is where the child is stuck. But with RTT and with the program, we will be regressing back to the root cause of the different issues. I'm not sure if you looked at or you saw the everything that was on the sales page. I could write more on it. I'm really bad at putting words into that. I've been asked so many questions and calls over the last few days that I thought, oh, what did I not put that into the sales page? Anyway, if there is a big trauma, and if you know what that trauma is, sometimes you don't go back to that, but you understand the meaning. You might go back to different times or situations around it. Sometimes people don't remember their childhood traumas and they have a very foggy memory of childhood. And a lot of that is because they don't want to go back there. They haven't, that child at some stage got so traumatized, maybe in something that they decided, I am not going to look at this. And sometimes a trauma can be a small thing, but was big for a child. But actually, as an adult, we're able to handle it. We're able to cope with it. And we don't go back and relive anything. We view. We view as the adult, and we form new sort of messages. We get new conclusions from it. Like mostly the things that we're stuck in life today are because of something that would have happened when we were only between 1 and 7 years of age. And that child drew conclusions, kind of came to meanings from something that may have been not intentional, or somebody made that may have been nasty people, but they made that child feel something or stop doing something. So what we do is we go back to find the reasons for that. Now, there are all sorts of ways as well. I mean, so you saw the things we cover money mindset, and that may actually need, I was talking to a few people on the clarity calls about that we may need to kind of do two RTTs for that. So there might be an extra one put in there. I've worked with people for 4 months in group programs before, but the 6-month one, I feel, will cover everything, because we will have a start off with covering our money and our money issues, and then we'll go into purpose, passion, mission, and finding out what we did, what we really love, what maybe memories that child might have stopped, or the young person in us got messages that we weren't good enough to do the things that we're really good at. Like any of the visibility fears or worries now. It's funny, I worked with somebody once on a program who said, well, obviously I won't have any visibility fears, because she was somebody who was very outgoing and her career was, very much out there. But actually, she did. And that was there were big blocks in that area, which were big, really eye-opening. Then there's, sort of imposter syndrome or not enoughness, which every one of us have in some way. Maybe not imposter syndrome, but that feeling of not enough to do something. There'll be lots of that. And then the visualizing of the future. There's 4 months of different things. And then on that program, there will also be, for anybody in the program, the availability to be able to like, some people are getting a one-to-one with me because they've paid in full. Other people, because there's one more one-to-one hour left for the next person that books in. Actually, it's an hour with me, but we can also buy kind of one-to-one readings and one-to-one RTT sessions, or one-to-one future projection sessions at half what I would actually have on my website. And the reason I can do that is I believe that people need more than just one RTT session or just one card reading to heal an area. I believe that we need to hold that container, and the program holds the container, and then the sessions, like, I worked with a beautiful girl who might join again, actually, who did work with me on one of those 4-month programs, and she got a by buying it in advance. She actually got a one-to-one RTT session with me, which she never took. And I've still said to her, you can still take that, even though it's 3 years, 4 years later. She never took it because she felt that if there was enough she got enough in the program doing it with a group. And when the group is small, I'll be able to see the whole space for everybody. And I'm not having a lot of people in this, so there will be this sense of beautiful community. So yes, and when you go back and view childhood trauma, it can bring up tears, it can bring up a lot of sadness, but it's brought up to move out. You don't come out with more trauma. You release and you change the meaning of the trauma. And that's usually almost everybody that I worked with gets that sense of, it almost feels like they've taken off a weight off their shoulders. So I hope that answers your question. Let me see. Hello, lovely lady. How are you? Of course, you can have number 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Power of joy. Do something, JJ, that will bubble you up with joy, that maybe just laugh, do some laughter therapy, just turn on a funny, I don't know, some comedy, bounce on a mini trampoline, or, do something silly, or just know that the power of joy, like when you're feeling any higher emotion, it just is, it's contagious for people around you, but it also just gets you into that feeling of you're manifesting more of that all the time. More and more comes to you. So you need some joy right now, as that card is telling you. Some joy and some fun. Thanks, Glennis. Yes, I need some space. Okay, I think that's all I have on the call. So if anybody has any other questions, and for some of you, I do know that I have made a 9-month payment plan. Now, on the website or on the sales page, there are 2 links. There's a link for the VIP level, and there's a link for the premium level. On the premium level, there is an available. When you click on it, it'll bring you to a payment page, and there is a pay in full option where you get a 1-to-1 hour with me. There is a 6 payment option of $250 a month, but there's also a 9 payment option. I think that's $167. And if anybody is kind of struggling or wondering, or how am I going to do this, we're going to be covering money mindset in the very first session, and that is actually going to be a big sort of, usually that's where people make big breakthroughs. I did a money mindset booster course some years ago. I think it was in 2019. That was really successful. Even a lovely girl who was on it got back to me the other day saying, that she doubled her income literally doing that. And there were people just making money because what we make and what our abundance, how we hold abundance, it's a container of what we expect. When you clear some of the blocks and the mindset issues, everything opens up. Anyway, I think I've kept you long enough. It is 6:20, and I love you all, and I will be back tomorrow night. So I'm going to be on tomorrow night, and I'm going to be on Friday. Friday is the deadline for the 25% off, because this program, the last time I ran one of these programs, it was $333 a month. There is so much in there for that, and looking at what other coaches and RTT coaches and online programs are, it is a fraction. So the payment, the full payment at the moment on the premium is just short of 1,500 is 1499, 1499. And that is for 6 months. And the person you will be at the end of it will be absolutely, completely different. It's a really, really good offer. And there is that availability as well to do one-to-one work for anybody who's stuck. But if there is somebody in here and who just feels this is not an option for me, book one of those mini calls, or not mini calls, the free clarity call. I would love to talk some more. Okay, my beauties, have a fabulous, fabulous evening, and I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be here on Friday as well, 5:30 to 6:30, reading cards and answering questions. Bye for now. Love you.